So right?
Yeah.
Uqiniso ngilambile ngimesi nje kahle kahle phezulu. Uzongiqedela piece because but I'm still starving. Emakhosi, thank you. Unganekwane nje situations. Emakhosini, ngiyathemba ukuthi nonke ngiyaphila. Athemba ukuthi kuhle kumhlophe kunina. Amazinyo amabuhlungu after eating that time kungishisa. As I'm so dazed, I don't even. Front teeth are just killing it. And I think a man, very precious energy. Okay, anyway. Emakhosini, ngiyanibingelela nina nonke bogogo nomkhulu. Ngiyanibingelela ngithi nje kuthula kwabathandazi or amen kwabathandazi. Ngicamagwini. Ngiyanibingelela nje nonke ukuhlukana kwenu. Nemimoya enihamba nabo. Uma uphansi, I think I'm just hi. And then yeah, ngiyanibingelela nonke ukuhlukana kwenu. Yeah, my first time trying to figure out this live thing and it's trapping. It's trapping. Now I'm so high bandle. Yeah, it's a movie. But yeah, as I said, I will be taking your questions. There are questions that I had gotten from Instagram, and via DM on Instagram. So according to now, from social media, no Facebook. So I am going to talk about those questions. I'm going to talk about those questions. And also, I think if somebody does have a question that actually needs like a conversation, then we will do that because I did put but Emakhosini, Makhosi, I did put the link there. Angazi sizofundisana ozo requesta enzo accepta sizofundisana le system because I do plan on doing this every Friday. It's just that kubuye kube phansi phezulu mekuthi mhlambe mekhona abantu engibalaphayo. There are people that come down from Joburg, there are people that come down from Cape Town, there are people that come down from Mpumalanga and so forth, Eastern Cape, Wada Wada, zonke indawo nje. There are people that come down, and sometimes, unfortunately, umuntu mengimlapha uthola ukuthi omunye kufanele abe khona la ekhaya ey'nsukwana. So sometimes people are here for 2 days, some people are here for 3 days, some people are here for a week. I think the longest have had somebody was 2 weeks. So iyona into kahle kahle, to be very honest, ehlala ngiphazamise because I think I've made this clear so many times ukuthi ngithanda nami ngenhliziyo yami yonke to make videos, but unfortunately umuntu okhona la ekhaya will always take precedence, will always be more important than doing videos, because at the end of the day la sisuke sizokhulisana, sizofundisana, sizodikida nje izinto zikamoya ngokuhlukana kwazo, yabo. And then yeah, kukhona ukuthi abantu mabathole usizo bakhule ngisho beyongqongqoza kwabalaphi, but going to a healer usunakho ukuba informed, yabo. Ngiyabonga ngikhehle ungiphendulile ukuthi yes, we do see the link. Okay, perfect. Because it's my first time doing this, so nami ngifunda kanye nani, yabo. Um, um, Okay, I'm actually gonna start just on the topic I had spoken about in my recent video. I hope you guys continue to go there and watch just watch the whole thing and totally understanding. I'm gonna explain on my situation, right? Ngiphume ephehlweni, right? Ngisephehlweni, I think ngangachaza ukuthi ngathi ngithwasa because ngathwasa kabili, right? So that time ngithwasa, I was so busy ngokulapha abantu. Kuyangena kuyaphuma, kuyangena kuyaphuma, to the point where, in actual fact, there were times where I had to spend a lot of time ngisephehlweni kufane ngekhaya because bekunabantu ababethunyelelwa idlozi lami bathunyelelwa ekhaya. Uyabo, uthole ukuthi bazofika kuthiwa hayi sizwile ukuthi kunesangoma la ekhaya baphuphe kanje kanje kanjena bacela ukuzosizakala, right? Because uma isikhathi esiningi wayengifonela ukuthi kunabantu la bathi bafuna isangoma, mina angazi ukuthi kunesangoma la ekhaya, ngazi ukuthi kunomuntu othwasayo, yabo. So a lot of the time I ended up having to spend isikhathi ekhaya during my initiation so that ngizokwazi ukuthi ngilaphe labo bantu and then ngiqhubekeke nento zami zentwaso, right? So off the bat nje mina bengilapha abantu not even knowing what was happening, right? And khona la ngiyakhona njengoba ngichaza lento. Then ngaphothula umngoma and wow, kwabanda emsamo. There was no work wedlozi. Ne? Angekho umsebenzi. And mind you, I think I've explained this in multiple videos. Ukuthi ngangumuntu mina owayebizela ukuthi athwasiswe idlozi lakhe or amadlozi akithi ukuthi kube iwona ngithwasisayo ngendlela abazongithwasisa ngayo, right? But ngacela ngaphahla ngakhetha the path of ukuyothwasa komunye umuntu, right? So here I am, sesikhululiwe ne? Asekho underagobela. We are on our own fully. I have all the time in the world. Ukuthi ngibe la nabantu ne? Mind you, at the time also bengisasebenza umsebenzi wesilungu because ngingena ephehlweni bavuna umsebenzi wesilungu khona ngizokwazi ukuthi ngikhokhelele Emakhosini gogo Makhosi ukuthi ngikwazi ukuthi ngikhokhelele lezi zinto ezayihlangene nentwaso, right? So umsebenzi wesilungu uyaphopha, umsebenzi wedlozi uyaphopha, kumnandi nje ziyaqhakaza yonke indawo. Ngumuntu kahle kahle yangilenga imali, yangimavuza imali. Ziyasha nje ziyasha, right? Because I was so busy. Umsebenzi wedlozi busy umsebenzi wesilungu. Lo engangiwenza ke ko-marketing and events and what, right? Ngiphothulile manje. Umsebenzi wesilungu, fine, it keeps me busy to a certain extent, but ngangumuntu obeyisebenza, so a lot of the time ngangisebenzela ekhaya ngiphuma endlini ngoba ngiyakwama meeting nani nani. So I had isikhathi esiningi nje ukuthi ngingahlala ngilapha abantu mengingitshela ukuthi mhlawumbe ukugqwagqwa like once in a blue moon kuzoqhamuka umuntu just ukungivivinya yabo ukuthi hayi inhlolo zisakhona kusasebenzeka lithi kancane idlozi yabo. And that year, njengoba mhlambe ngingasho ukuthi that year ngiqeda ukuthwasa ngiphothulile sengumakhosi ophelele manje. I probably saw at most 10 people, at most. Yabo, and I'm being estimator because angikhumbuli wonke umuntu, so about 10 people engababona kulowa nyaka. So in 12 months mina ngifana nomuntu obona umuntu once a month, right? Ngiphothulile umngoma, but 10 people that I've seen that whole year. First problem. Second problem, from somebody who was so busy, ephehlweni, ngisayithwasa ngisephehlweni, to being somebody that's barely working edlozini, and then on top of that year, ngashonelwa amawele ami, right? Because I was pregnant with twins. Those that know the story, they know the story. If you don't, story for another day. So ngashonelwa ke amawele ami, right? Aphupha esiswini. Second problem njalo ziyanginetha at this point, because the third problem now, even umsebenzi wamasilungu was slowing down. Ne? Lapho ke ingane zami zise-private school, right? I'm paying for half, Ushabalala is paying for half. So we basically were like, Ushabalala was paying for the oldest child, mina, ngangikhokhela ulona uThando. Sahlukanisa kanjalo school fees, but they're in private school, and abahamba ngomalume, because my kids went missing, bahamba ngomalume, story for another day. Ingane zami zalahleka zihamba nomalume, ngakhishwa kwi-meeting, it was a mess. So story for another day leso. So ngangikhokhela an Uber driver to fetch my kids from school, and I hambise esikoleni. Nasi isikhaftini, nansi iy'mali ezifunwa every other week, umsebenzi uyehla. And I would sit there and be like, okay, like, impilo bengiyiphila before ngiphothule versus sengiphothulile is very, very different. Alamaphupho, they're showing me land, they're showing me when I get to that land, isigodlo ukuthi kufanele sibe ngakanani. They specifically said to me, sifuna umsamo oyokwazi ukuthi uhlabele inkomo phakathi. So my people are very specific. Bayithanda ke izinto ke ezithe ukuvuleka. Yabona nami ngakhuluphala ngaba ngana. Bafuna umuntu ongathi wondleke, bafuna isimo esondlekile. They want isigodlo that's as big, because I think the second dream, baze bangisa and how big it is. Mind you, la okwakuyikishi khona around, because you know laba abaza emakhaya ukuthi kubo round ne kubo round, and each round is designated for some purpose, and one of those rounds will always be ikish. One of those rounds, warrant, will always be ikish. So bangikhombisa ke ikish lasekhaya bathi yabo lo mngakanani, and I'm like ngiyabona, bathi sifuna umngaka ke, and I'm like yo, imali engaka. And I inquired ukuthi mangase ngakhe indle engaka nje ngayibuza ke kumuntu ukuthi uround ingaka ngabe imalini, wangitshela nje imali, because ngabuza nama-blocks and all the material that's involved. Ngabe yangaxakeka. And I sat there crying this one time, and I'm like, okay, bazalwane, nisithwasisile ne, sithwasile manje, si-squad manje, si-crew ephelele. Mina ngiyanirepresenta enyameni, nina niyanirepresenta emoyeni. Kodwa lesimo lesi eningikhombisa sona ney'ngane zami ngiyazi ukuthi sifundaphi, I am highly defeated. That's when I kept on, like, certain dreams kept coming back, being reminded of sakutshela ukuthi ngeke sikuhluphekise, uyovusa umnotho wasekhaya. Okay, vusa umnotho wasekhaya. And mind you, I'm having these dreams I actually don't understand. Ukuthi vatchanan now kwenzakalani, like, what's the story? Umnotho wasekhaya angazi nokuthi ngikhuluma ngani, mina ngidinga imali. Okay, sharp ke. I'm fast forwarding now, right? So fast forward for the sake of time and the point I want to get to. Sengila, a lockdown happened, all my contracts got cancelled. Every contract I had, wonke umsebenzi esilungu ongaphansi kwelanga uhlangene negama lami, ama-email ayesabeka. We are sorry to inform you, we know the isimo is difficult, what, but as a result of COVID, what. So umsebenzi manje semngayo la ekhaya, umsebenzi wedlozi kuphela. Kanti back in the days, we could supplement our income. But before the cancellations came, the emails of cancellations. Umama and my grand, right? They very much thinking Kazilutu merchant, pilk dice. My gran, Nai, she used to sell a lot. Lima and Lima, I will mkhulu siyabonga, I will answer you just now. I'll read. Angifuna ukulahleka engqondweni lento engichazayo. So yeah, so my gran wayelima melimile amaqoko from there wayesempeshenini and wherever else ayodayisa khona-ke. Also ekhaya my mother's family's farm kwakuney'nkomo kwakunemfuyo nje kuney'nkukhu and so forth. There were different animals, and on top of that umkhulu wami wayesebenza ebush, and every week wayebuya ney'nyama kuthiwa namaxhwenxwe amanhlonhlo. Those that know Zulu know this. Nazi isiZulu nina no mhlawumbe enikhule emakhaya nani nani khona le nyama snacks that for the life of me engikwazi ukudla kuthiwa amaxhonxo something like that. Amanhlonhlo sami-ke leyo nyama leyo. It would sell out every week. Umkhulu wayebuya nayo ebusha yenziwe lapha ekhaya-ke ikhishwe sell out, ne? So kunemfuyo, kunensimi ekhaya, kunelimpahlana-ke amaxhonxo-ke and what kuyadayisa nje kumnandi kuyaphopha yabo. So I had a dream ngakhonjiswa these different combinations of iwasho efangihlanganise, and then the communication was kuyoba nabantu engeke abafuna ukuxhumana nawe but abayofuna usizo lakho. So they didn't say so, imina ngithi so hlanganisa la ubeke emsamo bayakuthola and uyoyikhipha, ne? Ngachaza swasho sukuthi senze ukuthi swasho sukuthi senze ukuthi swasho sukuthi senze ukuthi senze amakhomba aqala lapho-ke. Insipho mina, when I was shown soaps, it wasn't the bar soaps first that came. It was these soaps that shower gel. Yimlo angazi ukuthi i-shower gel muthi uyaqala uyayihlanganisa, like what are you doing? What are you supposed to buy? And on top of that, how do you incorporate iswasho into that thing? How do you ensure ukuthi leyo nto yenzayo ngaleso swasho leso iyangihobha le nto baba kakhulu. Yeah, ngcono lapha yabo. How do you incorporate iwasho into la shower gel nani? Then after the shower, and shower gel bangikhombisa nemibala ukuthi shower gel ukuthi ne-shower gel ukuthi. Then after that ngakhonjiswa-ke the bar soaps, right? Then after that ngakhonjiswa ukuthi-ke mozokhipha umuthi la ekhaya, umuthi ukhishwa kanje, uhlanganiswa kanje, uzohamba uye endaweni yokuthi ulanda umuthi from this specific person, kwenziwe kanje, ne? Because also, mind you, where I had twice both places ngangafundiswanga imithi, so imithi I had to ngifunde on the job, number one. Two, in learning it on the job, I had to be directed to umuntu omlaphi okhipha imithi ozongitshela ihlamvu nehlamvu ukuthi umuthi ukuthi monza ukuthi ngakho wenza ukuthi ngakho uhlanganisa kanje and so forth. So I had to learn mina ey'ntabeni, ne? Okay, angazi. I had to learn ey'ntabeni, ne? Ngizo-accepta manje. I had to learn ey'ntabeni into zami. But I'm explaining this because my ancestors showed me ukuthi There's going to be times of hardship. So mongakajwayeli manje usahlala ekhaya. You're going to fail ukujwayela masusemzini wakho. Because this is me and Shabala's house. We are not supported by anybody. We don't have any kind of financial assistance. In fact, before I even moved out of home, Mina, I've been financially supporting myself since I've been 18 years. 18 years old, I've been supporting myself. Shabala, he's never had any financial support. So we had to learn how to survive on our own. Sis tholile ukuthi okay fine ke phinda request inkosi yami iyangidida lento. Cela uphinda request lo ade requestile manje. So we had to cope with ubunzima at that time so that mhla sisemzini wethu sisibhekane kanje sazi ukuthi singayimela inkinga mhla ifika. Singamela ukuthi mekuthi ngine slow down yezinto sikwazi ukuphila through umsebenzi wedlozi, umsebenzi wethongo. Uyayibona lento le without needing to go back to umsebenzi wesilungu. Yabo. Because noShabala washiya phansi umsebenzi waka IT. Yabo, because he was working in IT. Washiya nami vele kuphelile ke mina ke kwakhatha. And I think I've said this before. Even when I look back at the time when all my contracts got cancelled, it was the time in which my ancestors ngangicelile kubona ukuthi banginike 2 years. Banginike 2 years ukuthi ngikwazi ukudela impilo. Uyabo? Ukudela impilo ngazi ukuthi nje engiphilile ngantanta indawo ngaphopha ngabamnandi met most of the celebrities I ever wanted to meet, worked with a lot of people that I wanted to work with. And I was content in life. So mase sengibhekane nedlozi ayikho into engiyibuka le ngiyilangazelele ngiyihalele ngithi yazi I wish I was doing this or I wish ngiphila kanje or I wish ayikho into engiyihalelayo ayikho into engiyilangazelelayo because at that time when I needed to live a certain way I got to live that way. Yabo? So having said that, yabo lento angangiyisho kule video ya last week, it's so important because abazalwane, you really need to learn your season. You really need to learn ukuthi how do you emerge into ophiwa abantu abadala or into ophiwa amathonga kini with the life that you are leading. Yabo, and how to transfer that into indlela okwazi ukuthi uzifande niphile ekhaya. Yabo, and my ancestors bona bangikhombisa ngezinto abazenzayo. Mind you, like I think I say this all the time. You really are forged through ubunzima, ukhona ukuthi uqine umgogodla, uqine emoyeni, and know how to face the things that are going to come, and how to then, out of all lezi zinto ezenzakalayo, whether uyathakathwa or unjani, still ukwazi ukuthi uprosperisha. Khona ilona ade ngiyifakile kwama-shorts ethi utshela ugogo wakho ukuthi noma ngaqhubeka athumele leya mfene lo msebenzi ebethi ngeke ngutholile. So aqhubeke nje ayithumele leya mfene yakhe sizoyidla la endlini ngoba vele isimo somnotho siyabheda. That was just the thing of noma ngabheda kanjani, you can always find ways to work around umuntu okuthakathayo. Ngeke uze uphele ngakuthi umuntu uyakuthakatha. Okay, now going back to la Makhosi gogo, ngicela ukubuza ukuthi uma uphupha uphethe inkukhu, impangela and white iqhude kuya olwandle, ngabe kuchaza ukuthini? Ngiyabonga. Oh, ndoda endala. Oh. Uba umkhulu siyabonga Hilton. Hayi isimpuli. Impangele yakho ngiyasuma ukuthi isikhukhukazi ne? Iqhude limhlophe Ngicabanga ukuthi most likely uyolanda amakhehla iy'thunywa zakho, uyohlangabeza iy'thunywa zakho noma uyoyihlambulula. It's one of the other. But either way, uma kuthi uzongena phakathi olwandle uzobahlambulula. Masuphuma ungakwazi ukuthi uphume nabo ubambethe unjongo uzobe ubahlangabeza. And impangela yokuhlangabeza iy'dalwa. Yabo nje mase usebenzisa uZulu chicken nje, hawu. Lelo thongo lelo. Khona te requestile, angiphinda Nkosi yami. Ngizama uku-accepta la. Hey, sengaguga shem. Sengaguga. Sekukubi. Iyangidida le way. Yeah, is not make sure. Is not make sure le Shandis. Kodwa at least iyavela ke lana. Okay, can one of y'all click on the link? In fact, khona at least ngizojwayela. Click on the link and then request khona ngizozama uku-accept. Because ngibangela stress because I had 2 requests and I was about to accept and then it just disappeared. I don't know if I waited too long or isimo sithini, but clearly there's a situation ehambisana nale way. Okay. All right. One of the things that I was asked on Instagram. Shaba, why do you have my phone? Spreading the word so you're on the net. Oh, okay. Because yeah, I just want to remember it properly. Let me see if it's gonna show now. Wait, okay, I'm trying to remember it. I hope I phrased it correctly. I think it disappeared. I hope I phrased it correctly, but how do you know? How do you know ukuthi uhamba neyiphi imimoya? And how, when you know ukuthi uhamba neyiphi imimoya, when is the right time to do izinto for leyo mimoya? That was the first one, right? Okay. I think I've briefed about ukuthi how to know ukuthi uhamba neyiphi imimoya in some of my previous videos, but just ukugcizelela ne. Mo umuntu ohamba nemimoya, right? Let's say njenga umuntu ohamba nemimoya yokusebenza, right? Uhamba nemimoya yokusebenza whether unesithunywa or unedlozi, right? It's gonna be evident from the time you're small. Akuyona into ezuma nayo, and I think what is always frustrating for me is this thing yokuthi ngathi uqhagelwa abantu abadala or unesithunywa and you just discovered. Ayikho just discovered. People that know you, sanibonani ekhaya. Hayi, siyabingelela. No Ephraim la, Khumalo. Uyabingelela Emakhosini Makhosi, muzi kayise. Waqanjwa kamnandi muzi kayise. Ngiyambingelela nawe. Ngiyathemba ukuthi niyaphila nonke. But yeah, bengikephi? Yeah, ukuthi uqhwagela abantu abadala and it's something that just nje happened or unesithunywa and it's something that just nje isanda nokuvela. No. Umuntu or especially umuntu wedlozi, I think umuntu wedlozi is worse. Uyabo? Yinto evela from the time umntwana esamncane, and the more enemimoya esindayo, like especially when that child umbethwa abantu that are very old. Uhlupha from birth. Or kanye uthola ukuthi uhlupha from pregnancy. Umuntu ohamba umntwana ohamba nedlozi elidala, ne? Edala uthola ukuthi mhlawumbe and this is an exaggeration, but it will drive my point. Asithi njengomuntu nje ohamba nedlozi mhlambe elizovuka manje elabusa ngekhathi zoshaka. Yabo. Lo muntu is going to be very problematic from the time nje that they are conceived. Even in terms of diet, uyabo, izoveza ukuthi hayi mos lo muntu lo akayivibe lezi zinto zasezweni ngale ndlela nina enithanda oma-pizza engaziwa okhokho bethu, yabo. You are a child that is consistently problematic from the time you are either conceived or from the time you are born. It's not something ezumanayo that people act like it is. Yes, some people abanaki as much, or some parents abanaki as much, but it's evidence because the time umntwana esekhuluma mhlawumbe sithi boma 4 years esekhuluma kunezinto ezikhulunywa umntwana ohamba nedlozi ezithusayo, then now uzohlala uzibuza uziphendula ukuthi hayi, like, is my child normal? Like, what's going on? Like, yabo, noma ingoba vele is it that thing that abantu abadala bahlezi besho ukuthi hayi isangoma esikhulu endlini ingane encane, because kids naturally see ghosts, kids naturally see abantu abangasekho, yabo. Umuntu omdala azayibuza ayiphendule leyo nto. Angiphathi konesithunywa-ke, you will never have a more emotional child onesithunywa. Uzwelo is beyond uthanda abantu, uthanda ukuthi nje, and everything that is regarding their nature, it's always in assistance of people. Umuntu wesithunywa, umuntu wedlozi naye is in assistance of people, but more umuntu wedlozi unokuxovana umoya, yabo. Ufika ezoshubisa i-situation endlini, vele uzwe nje inkulumo. Like, if I can make an example with my kids, ne, umntana nomdala unokuthi akhulume into ungazi umfumbe ngempama, yabo. Uzibuza ukuthi why usijwayela kabi, because you have no place yokukhuluma lento oyikhulumayo, and uthuke seyishilo umbone ukuthi hey, uyanotice ukuthi yabo lento engiyikhulumile kahle kahle bengafanele ngikhulume, uyisho njengoba futhi mawubheda akutshele the way obheda ngakhona, and akayicontroli, it just umlomo wakhe uyagijima, uyabo. 2, they can either be problematic in terms of uyahlupha randomly, or kanye uthola ukuthi ukuhlupha kwakhe is more on ukugula, mhlawumbe ingane egula njalo mana nje, hawu wena neklinikhi, wena nesibhedlela. So it either ukuhlupha kwakhe ukugula or ukuhlupha kwakhe indlela aphila ngayo ekhaya, uyabo. Or kanye umlomo wakhe uyahlupha, uyabo. But there's always signs to show umuntu onabantu abadala, especially nabantu abadala bokusebenza. All right, whether wisithunywa or udlozi, there's always signs from birth. Now, how do you know when to do things for imoya yakho? Bazalwane, I don't believe in doing things for your spirit because so. I believe in doing things for your spirit because it's within your spirit that says so. Yeah, yizwa le nto le. Umuntu angenza umzekelo. There are people I've had come bezohlola, not because mhlambe kunento esindayo empilweni yabo, but uthola ukuthi umuntu uzohlola because hayi bengizocheck into zami, yabo lo line loyo uvela ungicishe angizocheck into zami, yabo. Unomuntu kanjalo. Oh, okay.
MSP, how do you know?
Okay, MSP. MSP. Makhosi gogo, I just need to know, how do you know if idlozi isithunywa sakho doesn't want you to go to church that you go to? Hayi bazalwana, indaba endala ke leyo ayihluphi. Number 1, whenever you need to go to church, umoya wakho uyakhathala, or you just feel like, you know when you have a job that you really hate going to, but you know because you get a paycheck you have to go to it, and then you go to it. that feeling you get kufanele uvuke ngomsombuluko uye kulowo msebenzi la, you get a similar feeling like that. Or kanye uthola ukuthi they always bakukhombise, asithi uma uphupha bazokukhombisa izinto or elements ehlangene nesonto outside of the church that you go to. So ngenza umzekelo like nginomntwana ne anomntwana olona odla inkamba la ekhaya, and she always poops she always poops she always poopas iZion. Uhlale phupha uhlale phupha iZion yabo. So ngicabanga, if I'm not mistaken, kubo basonta ka-5 if or abasonta, I'm not sure. Angisazi kahle isihloko sengikhohliwe and uyangazi ukuthi ngiyasikhohlela. So I'm not sure what the church situation is kubo, but yena nje mephupha nje uhlezi ephupha iZion. So it can be something like that where you're either being shown a church that functions differently than the church that you're at. Or kanye uthola ukuthi color system of izembatho abayifakile is not the same color system as the one that you're at. So for example, kuneZion ezigqoko green, kuneZion eyifako blue, kuneZion ezifaka green and blue, kuneZion eyifaka white, kunelezi imbatho lezi white, kuneZion ezike ifake abantu bakhona khona le gqoko ecishe ifane nalabo mama abasonto weseli, le gqoko zalabo mama abasonto weseli. There's different types of iZion. So let's say useZion, le Zion all hambayo bona bafaka blue, right? When green, yabo yabo. Uthola ukuthi not ukuthi ukhonjiswa umuntu, but they'll show you izembatho zesonto lapho, those other signs uthola ukuthi uma ufikile lapho kulelo sonto uvele uvukelwe umoya, and not in a manner where mhlawumbe ukhonjiswa izinto ezihlangene nabantu within the church mhlawumbe ukubasiza, but you are being shown izinto ngathi uyacindezeleka lapho, or kanye ukuthi hayiza, or ukuthi baleka, or many things like that, where it's almost like a disturbance of you being there. So that is a way that they show you. Imange ngiphinde ngenza iphutha. Bazalwane. Hayi lento le ngathi izophela ubusuku ingidrabhile. Khona request eflashile lana. Khona request eflashile lana. Awu Mthiyane, wakithi wena ade ngakugcina. Ade ngakugcina nje ukubona i-comment yakamthiyane. Yeah, alo ozophinda request, ngiyaxolisa yazi. I think it flashed and I didn't press, and yo hayi technology abazalwane izosinyisa. Hayi nabadala nje ngiyacala sebengibhemisela kona lento uthi yini yona le vele yenza. Ngeke. Hayi ngiyala. Hayi ngeke. Ngicela ngempela ozongizama mhlawumbe ngigcine ngiyifundile lento, because it's showing me too much imlilo. Yabo lo mlilo waka-fire. Fire loyo. It's the flames I'm seeing. I don't know what I'm doing now. Maybe I'm delaying in the pressing or a flash, and then I don't know. Okay, one of the other questions that was also asked, when do you know ukuthi uphame isithunywa? Again, when it comes to isithunywa bazalwane, because iy'thunywa ziyahluka. Kunesithunywa sokusebenza, nesithunywa lesi ukuthi wena uthandaza ekhaya, yabo, wena ukhulekisa njengomuntu onabantu abadala, right? Kunomuntu onabantu abadala odla igobongo aqhubeke ne-life. Nasey'thunyweni kunomuntu okanjalo ozofika athandazela abantu basekhaya noma yabo the spirit tends to be stronger than the average person within their family. Uyabo? So awuzolekelela. No. Yeah, so nasey'thunyweni there's a similar thing. So if unesithunywa sokusebenza, number one, either isithunywa sakho isithunywa esihamba sodwa, of which mesihamba sodwa uyakhona ukuthi uphakamiselwe esontweni. But lelo sonto lelo has to either be iZayoni or kanye-ke angazi-ke abantu abasonto ekuphakameni bona sebengangi-advise because I know nothing abantu basekuphakameni. So ekuphakameni oShembe, I know nothing about them. I don't know how into zabo functions, into zabo ey'hlangene ney'thunywa, angazi. But ikhona ithunywa ithunywa kaShembe and bayazi bona ukuthi bamisa kanjani. Mina I can only advise ngomuntu olona osonto eZayoni, right? So either ungenzelwa ekusonto lapho umfundisi wakho or kanye ulekelelwe umuntu osebenza as umthandazi, kodwa isikhundla sakhe within lobo buthandazi has to be within the ability yokulekelela umuntu ngomoya wakhe. Because those things are very specific. It's not just about ukuthola umthandazi, but ukuthola umthandazi osebenza in a manner whereby vele they are within the elements of ukulekelela imimoya yabantu, right? So angenza umzekelo ne. If mina ne njengoba ngiyisangoma, kunesangoma esithwasisayo of which is what I do. Bese kunezangoma ezingathwasisi. Okwazi ukuthi ungenzelwa umuntu ongathwasisani izinto ey'hlangene nentwaso. Yabo? Because I think at most, I'm not sure, but ngiyahlambisela, at most umuntu ongathwasisi into angakwenzela yona igobongo, right? Because walile. And the law is umuntu owadla inkamba angakwazi ukuthi amisele umuntu inkamba, right? When it comes to abantu abadala, but not when it comes to idlozi. Yabo? Umuntu wedlozi, and even those that have dreamed about me, the most common thing that they always say is that kwathiwa fanele baye kulwa Makhosi okwazi ukuvusa idlozi. Because the last person I spoke to washo kanjalo. And that's washo kanjalo ne lo bhuti. Yabo? Because not every sangoma has the ability yokuvusa idlozi elilele, right? Because idlozi liyalala bazalwane. So in that same law, nasey'thunyweni kukhona umuntu okwazi ukuthi alekelele umuntu ngemimoya yakhe yobuthunywa noma wesithunywa, yabo, noma yobuprofethi. And then there's those that can only help you in terms of ukuhlambulula or healing or whatever, or ukuprofetha, but not ukuthi athinte imimoya. Because touching the spirit is very tricky. It's not something ukuthi ufika usuthinta nje isithunywa somuntu or uthinta nje idlozi lomuntu. It doesn't function like that. Because in virtue, by me touching you, and ngikwenzela izinto ey'hlangane nedlozi lakho or ey'hlangane namathongo akho, I am reaching into your people and ngiyabathinta, ngiyabanyakazisa, ngiyabavusa ngithi yey nangumntwana wenu la nimgulisayo kukuthi nasey'thunyweni kunento kanjalo. So you either need to find umfundisi walelo sonto onesithunywa who specifically can do that, or kanye uye kumuntu omthandazo or umprofethi that specifically can do that, akusize ngesithunywa sakho. And lapho-ke abantu abakanjani imvamisa, you cannot treat them with imithi. Labo umuntu that only has isithunywa, only akanalo idlozi, they usually don't like meat. As much as those people can bangadla igobongo uma kuthola ukuthi vele banabo nabantu abadala. But after doing that process, they can never go back to into ehlangane nomuthi. Right? They usually just want ilona iwash. Then you go umuntu onesithunywa but onedlozi. That one specifically needs ukuthi uphakanyiselwe umuntu onedlozi nesithunywa as well. You cannot go to umuntu omthandazo uthi akuphakamisele isithunywa sakho, it will not work. You cannot go to umuntu oyisangoma uthi akuphakamisele isithunywa sakho, it will not work. You need to go specifically to umuntu onakho exactly in the manner that you have it. Onedlozi, onesithunywa. Khona uzokwazi ukuthi uphakamisa kanjani, khona ngekavuse ulaka edlozini. Because mekuthi kuyenzeka ukuthi khona abantu abadinga ukuthi baphakamise ithunywa kuqala before benze into zedlozi. But you need to do it in a manner whereby you're not going to disrespect idlozi lakho, you're not going to disrespect amathongo akho. Do it in a manner that nabo bakwazi ukuthi bajabule babone ukuthi asivalelwa ngaphandle, but ngenxa yesimo somntwana there's a reason why kufunakala ukuthi angathi angaphakamisa isithunywa kuqala. Ngiyathemba ukuthi-ke lo buzo lo mbuzo that's very lengthy uphendulekile. Why is my Zulu so bad today? Anyway, Camagu umuntu omdala, Camagu. When does one know that they've given you your ancestral name? Also, does it differ how they reveal it? Could it be other ways besides dreams? Imag, ngifuna understand kahle lo mbuzo. Camagu umuntu omdala. Guys. Ibona. Okay, Musgayise. I really like that name, yes? Musgayise. Okay. When does one know when they've been given the ancestral name or been given your ancestral name? Also, does it differ how they reveal it? Could it be other ways besides dreams? Yeah, I understand lo mbuzo, but I'm not sure ukuthi ngichazeleke ngayo. Musgayise. Ngiyathemba ukuthi ukhehla ne? Khehla lami. Ngicela kahle kahle kube wena ozo-requesta-ke ukwazi ukuthi ungichazele what you are asking. Khona ngizokuphendula in the manner that you are asking it. Because I'm concerned ukuthi under his comment. Uthi umkhulu ubheka i-link under your comment. Uyicof. Sikhulume. Don't touch. Shuthi isono sami leso ukuthi ngiyathasha. Hey. See out nje kwi-technology. Futhi nje uma kwafika ezinye izinto, oh this, oh that, mina I'm finding ngishiye ehlathini la lento engiyenzayo ngoba ngingisalunga ukufunda ezinye izinto nje ngeke ngiyaguga manje. Ushatini uyangiphelela. Tamatisi awusekho. Just click on the link that is under your comment and then while we wait for that. Absolutely disturbing, and it's been happening for a while. I know this because I amongst abantu engibalaphayo ukuthi-ke sometimes kwezinye izinto kubuye kusize ukuthula ungasho lutho, because some people don't want to be advised. I've come to experience that a lot. Khona omunye umuntu, okay, ngizobuyela kule nto ade ngisho. Sivulekile. kahle uyangizwa?
Ngiyakuzwa gogo, ngiyakuzwa.
Okay. All right. Cela ungichazelele lokho kade ukubuza ne?
Okay. Umbuzo lo wami mayelana negama ophiwa lona idlozi ne. Kuyenzeka ukuthi mhlambe bangakutsheli ngephupho kodwa bathumele umuntu ukuthi akwazise mhlambe umuntu ongamazi noma umelaphi.
Will never. Will never. Will never. And I don't care ukuthi ubani uthini. Yabo mkhulu leyo nto, because you have to understand. Igama ledlozi imfihlakalo ne? Imfihlo yakho, of which even umuntu angakucindezela akulimaze akubophe ngalelo gama. You understand? Like ngizothi 3 years ago ngafika lo gogo la wazi ukuthi was right. Lo gogo mina I was her third initiation. Uyayizwa le nto le? Third.
Yebo.
Her second initiation ne la bephuma khona ngamsebenza-ke sahamba ulwandle sahamba ini sihamba amanzi ahlukene silungise you understand. Ekulungiseni kwethu wavukelwa umoya right. Moya bathi-ke abantu bakhe baboshiwe bacela ukuthi ngibakhulule ngibafake esibayeni la ekhaya, so like a child uzokwamukela umntwana ongamzali. Uyayizwa le nto le? Awumzali but bayacela ukuthi njenga-adoption bafuna ngima-adopt yabo. So bathi-ke bacela ukuthi ngibafake esibayeni la ekhaya ngibasize ngoba baboshiwe la bayikhona yabo. Bachaza ukuthi baboshwe kanjani-ke, so ngizokwazi ukuthi ngibasize kanjani. But into abayisho as well ukuthi because of all the things that were happening bebengakwazi ukuthi livuke kahle idlozi lakhe. So I understand umuntu osethwase kabili ngingabali la ekhaya ne, usethwase kabili but idlozi ngoba belibona ukuthi mengase livuke la kube sekuboshwa amathonga lona ngaba yini. Uyayizwa le nto le? So wayengazazi ukuthi uba idlozini, wayazi ukuthi kuyena bekufika ikhehlela ukuthi kufika ikhehlela ukuthi kufika ugogo ukuthi, kodwa wayitshela ukuthi amadlozi lakhe. Ngathi no, yabo the mere fact ukuthi usabona usaphupha kuchaza kona ukuthi idlozi lakho alikakafiki. Uyayizwa? Esela kwani makufika abantu abasha, njengoba bekufika abantu abasha, it's not because these people bebebasha, but it's because ibona abantu ngempela babe umnikazi womsebenzi wakhe abebese bebona ukuthi la si-comfortable sizosizakala sesingavuka ngendlela. Uyayizwa le nto? So idlozi liyayifihla up until libone ukuthi isimo siyavuma ukuthi masiyiveze. Uyayizwa le nto le? So lezenzakalayo, there's no way bazoya kumlaphi wakho or bazoye kuhlapha umuntu onomoya. Asithi umuntu onomoya because umuntu ozozwa leyo nto ngithi umuntu onomoya, it won't be umuntu nje. Uyabo? Uyayizwa leyo nto? Kuyoba umuntu onomoya, wayeza umuntu osafanele ukuthi athwase or uthola ukuthi ubona ngesithunywa or ubona ngani. Uyabo? But kuyoba umuntu nje onomoya. So with all of that, they will never go to those people. They'll always come to you because wena obalekile kubona. Uyayizwa le nto le? Iwena uma uphahla ufanele uphahle bona. Uyayizwa le nto le?
Ngiyakuzwa umuntu.
Yes. So ngeke abasoze bayenze leyo nto. Igama uyolazi igama lakho edlozini mhla kufika isikhathi sebebona ukuthi hayi isikhathi ukuthi siqhume kahle ke manje. Mesiqhuma ke umntwana azi ukuthi mina umnikazi mhlawumbe angibize kuqala noma angibize emva kokuthi abize usibanimani. Uyayizwa le nto le? Because vele uma uyibiza uqala uthakazele abantu bakho usho ukuthi hayi njengami engifike ngivusele ngithi nina bogatsheni bobani nani bomakhanya bobani bese kuyima ngibiza specific people. Yizwa le nto le? Ngiyathemba ukuthi kucacile. Yeah, no. Oh, sometimes umuntu usuke eyisho le nto ngoba efuna ukukudoba ukuthi hayi mhlampe njobe sebona ukuthi abantu bami bamvumile ngingasiza oyena noma ngi-advise oyena. Another healer's got nothing to do with your situation nabantu abahlangene nawe. Kuphela yena ukuthi alekelele lokho afanele ukuthi makakulekelele khona ezovula indlela ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi basondele kahle-ke bese bayakhuluma indlela afanele. Uyayizwa? Mhlahlandlela nje umlaphi, unjengomhlahlandlela. Ehe. No, ayikho inkinga phela. Hayi, no, ayikho inkinga phela. Hawu, sibonge khehla, sibonge. Thokoza. Yini le ehleli la efonini? Inyosi?
Looks like siqale mosquito.
Ngeke umaskito nje. Yini?
No.
Bazalwane kodwa ehlele efonini yami manje yongikhuluma into ezabantu abadala angazi ukuthi yini. Hayi, singakwazi ukuyisa
Mosquito.
Uthi sibona.
Mosquito. Mosquito lona uzoshaya izinto la yena.
Sobona khona. Okay. Hayi, ngoba singakwazi
Uzolo soka kanje izinto usunamandla okubamba izinto manje.
hayi phela ngifemile manje ngimnandi. Ngimnandi nobadloke. Ubamba noma yini evelayo. Hayi bazalwane ngathi singakwazi ukuyisebenzisa i-diding. Hayi nga-requesta or mhlawumbe labade be-requestile. Sebenga-requesta ngathi iyavuma ishandisi. What was the other thing that was asked? Yo. Khona ubuze something about ukuthwala. Sengizama ukukhumbula. Khona ubuze something about ukuthwala.
Awusebanga ngakho question.
No, Leanda ngazi ukusave noma ngitshela ukuthi if I leave it and not answer izosaveka phela ngijwayele ukuthi ngiphendule the following day yabo within the 24 hours where it's there. Not ama-real leyanto le ama-stories so yeah. But it's fine, ungayicofi. It's fine. Ngizama ukukhumbula nje. Angiqale ngalo. Lo buza indaba yokuvala idlozi. Ukuthi idlozi liyavaleka. Liyavaleka yini ngempela? Yo bazalwane, you know lento abantu umuntu abuza indaba yokuvala idlozi vele ingihlekise mina because ngoba khona abantu abangalithandi idlozi bathanda ukuthunywa. But to be very honest, idlozi for me best when it comes to ensuring hayi isulu today unakekelile. Hayi
Where
ngane kwena indaba unakekeliwe. Thank you. I don't know why isulu sami is not booming, but ukuthi unakekeliwe. Idlozi liyakhanyisa because alifuni umuntu ohluphekayo. Idlozi alifuni nje umntwana ukuthi ahlupheke, alifuni umntwana ahlezi enosizi, enendlala, angekho right empilweni. Idlozi aliyifuni leyo nto, alizwani nenhlupheko, yabo, ngoba nalo liyayitshela ukuthi hey mina nginomhlaba, hey mina nginey'mbuzi, hey mina nginey'nkomo, or mina nginensimi, ama-hectares. Like idlozi, when it comes to prosperity, lo number one. Angazi why abantu bangathandi, but you have those people that don't like it and vie for the option ukuthi uvale idlozi. Umuntu ovale idlozi kumina uyathakatha. Abantu futhi bonke laba bethi bavalana namadlozi, labo bantu ave bethakatha, bayathakatha. Awukwazi ukuthi, I think I even told the story ukuthi akudala, the first, not the first, the second healer I went to, wangisiza shame, wangisiza lo mlaphi, and then wangitshela iy'ndaba zokuthi kuyavela impela ukuthi la nginentwaso angifanele ngithwase, and uma ngingafuni ukuthwasa umuntu ozongivala idlozi ngisebenze ngesithunywa kuphela. Ukephi lo muntu ngoba washawa i-stroke, ngoba naye akathwasanga, wenza lezi zinto zey'thunywa, wavala idlozi, washawa i-stroke. Sekufunakalani manje? Sekufuna ukuthi manje-ke alungise iy'nto zamadlozi. Lapho wacindezela lapho ufuna ungisa kumlungu, labelungu bena abathi bayizangoma bathakatha stereki. Abantu bayizangoma la masingena ko-TikTok, umkhulu umgulukudu, umkhulu bani umlungu. Those people abantu basivalela amadlozi, kodwa bona bathi babalaphi beyizangoma. Akekho umlaphi ongavuma leyo nto, and vele bonke labelungu abathi bayizangoma bonke bayathakatha, bonke be-practice. Yabo, idlozi alivaleki because it's like your DNA, it's like igazi eligijima ngaphakathi kuwena. Idlozi is you are idlozi. So nathi, that's why I even said in one of my videos, ngathi yabo mexabana izangoma, mhlawumbe wakhuluma into edini isangoma, sithi wedlozi usho kumina, yabo, because it's recognize, hey, idlozi leli, umuntu idlozi likuwena, wena uyilona. Yabo, uyidlozi eliphila emhlabeni ngoba leli dlozi lingaphakathi kuwena ligijima bazalwane. Futhi bonke labantu abathi idlozi liyavaleka bayakhohlisa, because at the end of the day lavivinyeka laze la give up intwaso. $10,000 wathi uyovala idlozi, and ledlozi ethi uyolivala waye kulama-famous healers, one of the famous healers lo ku-TV, khona yedwa lapha ku-TV enhlezi nimbuka ekhuluma iy'manga ney'mangaliso ezisabekayo. Leso sangoma savala idlozi lo mntwana still proceeded ukukhonjiswa mina. Wafika la, mina sengisebenzele emumva manje ngoba ngithi ngithwasisa umntwana akuthwasiseki. Ngobani? Walibopha idlozi lakhe, fanele manje kuqale kulungiswe yonke le nto ayenzile, of which would have taken a good 2-3 years ilungiswe. Ngoba manje usuwenza ukuthi idlozi lakho lihlehle lingafuni ukusondelwa, kusazoncengwa lenziweni. There's no such thing as ukuvala idlozi. Ayikho into enjalo ukuthi uzosebenza ngesithunywa, ayikho into enjalo. Into ongayenza wena uma ukuthi you're not ready ukuya ephehlweni, ukuthi ucale uphahle lapha abantu bakho, ukuthi abantu abadala, hhayi ngoba ngiphikisa lutho, angiphikise lutho, but isimo sikanje. Futhi uma ukuthi unezizathu understandakayo, ezwakalayo, alukho ulimi oluvumayo kahle kahle, but yeah, if unezizathu nani ezibekekayo lapha emsamo ukuthi hayi kuyezwakala mntanami, sizokunika noma 5 years, kodwa kusala indlela ikhomba lapha edlozini. Noma ungasebenza isithunywa idlozi kusebenze lo 10 years, awuyikhiqiza imali, sekufanele kuyowenza into oyadini ubonakala laphayana, kephi laphayana Lo guy laphana eGoli. Kwabani ngisazi le ndawo le abizwa ngani Soweto. Ubonakala ey'ndaweni zemgruvo. Ubonakala emaklabhini kumnandi kuyaphopha ngoba phela isithuna. Isithuna kuvukela umoya laphana. Ugruva nabagruvayo kumnandi. Kodwa utshwala futhi uphuzisa kwenkalankala. Ngobani idlozi lakho lifuna zonke lezi zinto manje zizokuncele ematshwaleni izokuncela ngathi umuntu mhlawumbe especially abanye ukugwaya abawubhemi. Kodwa umuntu akathwasile akenzile lutho. Because that's another problem nje abantu ababhema ugwayi vele ngixanga umuntu akayilutho nje edlozini akenze ngisho igobongo kodwa ugwayi nje uchacha emakhaleni aphinde azawufaka lana uvele ubone ukuthi imesi yodwa nje. There's no such thing as ukuvala idlozi. At some point you're going to need to do izinto zakho zabantu abadala ngendlela egezekile. And abantu bathanda ukublame ama-healers ukuthi nokuthi akukhanyi in. Ezinye izinto people block it themselves, which brings me back to that story. Ukuthi abantu umuntu abone ngathi izinto azilungi in akhohle ukuthi mhlambe nayo indlela enza ngayo iyona engathokozisi edlozini. Lento yenu bazalwane, I won't say mina angidingi umuntu athenge iwasho kumina or athenge iy'nsipho zami or athenge iy'nto zami, but go to a healer and get those things, whether you get them via their shop or via their as long as izophuma emsamo. Izophuma mina ngikhuluma ngale y'tolo lezi ey'khona khona umuntu uba nesitolo but uthole ukuthi lezo zinto ayiqalanga emsamo zifike zaphekwa i-factory kwenziwa lezo zinto ziyaphekejwa ziyahamba zibekwa ama-shelf. Angikhulumi ngaleyo nto, mina ngikhuluma abalaphi abazenzela bona izinto bese mhlawumbe ufike kusuthi ngicela ukuthi noma mekuthi unesitolo ushipha from esigodlweni asho ukuthi ngiposa from esigodlweni kuze kunini nithole lezo zinto ngoba isiwasho noma umuthi udinga amandla edlozi lalowo muntu or amandla esithunywa salowo muntu lozo ukwazi ukuthi lento efanele ukuthi mayifezeke kuwena ikhona ukuthi mayifezeke. And no muntu specifically needs to have been given the gift of those things specifically. Yabo. Nginesikhwama sokunyanga. It's not my thing, yabo, because umnyango because ayiswa kahle kufika idlozi lami ladlala umntanami njengoba nalesa sikhwama salo wamkhulu loya ne angikhombisa like yawa lamkhulu loya enginika isikhwama lesi azi ukuthi mawaphakamisa lokhuya okudlula lemthetho yethu thina siyohlehla sengiphenduka inyanga ade ngiyisangoma no thank you. So mina ngithinta la enyangeni ngithinte kule mithi ephilisa abantu kule minye imithi enza zonke izinto ezi-snacks angenzi. That's why ngingabelieve ekudliseni abantu nani. Mina ngiyabelieve ukuthi bazalwane bekuthi uthandana nomuntu and uyabona ukuthi hayi kuleyo relationship sekunokuqhelelana kunokuxabana kunonjani kuyaduma nje kuhlezi kubila nje kulowo muzi loyo zisebenze wena. Mawusebenza wena lezi zinto ezenzekalayo ukuthi zincindezele zenze ngathi ngiyaqhelelisana zizolunga kazi ngingalungi. Yabo nje nami mina ngikuyilona manje awuyisho ngikwi-program yami ngiyazilapha mhlawumbe angazi noma kuzovela shabana lo ubheke lapho uthi kuyavela ababa ngiphusha iphuthe nje ngithi namabele nani yeah ma musungihleka phela angazi noma kuyabonakala akubonakali bheka lapho bheka lapho ngiyabuka phela angazi noma ngiyabonakala bazalwane. Kodwa isimo ade sivuka sesiba ngcono ngoba phela sibuye siyishisa yabo nge-steam seyiwashwa ne-steam somuthi yabo. Even namhlanje ngathi ngigeza, hawu ukuze iswasho sami ngathi nje fafa ngathela phakathi ngageza ngaso. Isiba ngcono kodwa kuhlale made ngigeze ngeswasho kube ney'ndawo ey'ncinzayo. La ngiyacabanga ukuthi kuyavela hlampe. A little bit on my forehead. Khona isipoti-ke la emhlane sami. Kuncinzi nje into engayi-understand. Ngincinzwa yini? Ngincinzwa isiwasho. Not even umuthi, isiwasho. Ngobani? Bengivivinywa. Manje sebefuna ukuthi ngibe nesidina kumkhwenyana wami. Hayi ngeke ngikwazi. Uma uzokasha bese uyachitheka. Ukuchitha ukuthi abantu bangivivinya. Ngi-cute nginje. Ngekwazi. So izinto lezi uzenzayo ukuthi uzilungise nje hlala ufresh nomuntu ohlekisana naye endlini othandana naye aphinde akubheka abone ukuthi hayi man akubheka athi hayi umkamlo noma akubheka athi hayi inkosi yami umkhwenyana wakwami uyabo baba wakwami. Lento ukuthi nilokho nidlisana abantu oshevu ukuthi banithande kakhulu niyathakatha niyekani ukuthakatha kodwa bazalwane. Understand mos ukuthi menithandana noma mekunomjolo lo kunzima mase yabo ungathi kuyaqhelelwana kodwa zilungise. Uma uyilungisa wena kuyalunga nakwe-relationship. Okukhombisa ukuthi imoya emibi le kade inihlasela. Yabo. Ngoba even nalapho umuntu athi I'm struggling to connect with my ancestors. No, babes. Wena kudingakala ukuthi angithi phela usengitshela ngesingisi namfana ngitshele ngesingisi. Hayi babes akunjalo. Because mengithi sakwazi ukuthi are you saying I'm old? Nkosi yami abantu esibalapha. So umuntu no. Inkinga ikephi awuconnect ngoba awuhlambululekile ufika kubona umdaka umnyama ungcolile bese ucabanga ukuthi idlozi alifuna ukusondela la kungcole khona. Alifuna ukusondela la libona khona ukuthi akukhazimuli akuqhakazi liyahlehla because liyabona umele lisondela nalo lizocindezeleka. So in order to protect you and protect itself, liyahlehla ukwazi ukuthi uthole usizo uzilungise kodwa uzilungisa ubona ngalo nje sebefika usuney'bonakaliso usunana amaphupho ecacile. Kubalulekile bazalwane into kanjalo. You have to take care of your people so that they can take care of you and they give you signs mekuthi kunomonakalo. Akuvele nje ubona sekubhubhile because every single person mengixoxa nabo ngibuza ukuthi hawu uthi kwenzakalani? Oh okay. Ngathi kwenzeka leyo nto leyo. Wena wenze njani? Yabo. Abantu balinde kudume. Uyabo. Before they realize ukuthi there's a problem. Abantu abadala bayazama ukuthi kancane balokho bethi lungisa. Kancane balokho bethi lungisa. Mase umuntu abo futhi umuntu masaphelelwe imali ke sekushube ngempela esengaze angakwazi ukufaka upetrol kwi-Mercedes yakhe noma angakwazi ukufaka upetrol kwi-range yakhe ubona ukuthi sendiza ke sekumlaphi ethe ngiboleke ngisho imali yepetrol njani
sibayeke manje baxolele
sengithethe kakhulu. But these are things, bazalwane, that you have to learn because at the end of the day, sizohlala sixoxelana ningayiboni growth, but mekuthi nizoyilandela ngempela iziyalo zami, there's no way they're gonna fail you. Yabo. I'm living proof ukuthi you can come from a space whereby you knew nothing about ancestors, you knew nothing about ubungoma, you knew nothing about idlozi, you knew nothing about isithulu. But esimeni wesukwazi ukuyimela usu-understand ukuthi lokhu ku-right, lokhu ku-wrong. Ngingakwazi but kuyezwakala, uyabo? Or lokhu hayi akucaceli kahle, angizwa kahle le nkulumo. Uzokwazi ukufika esimeni uzokwazi ukuhlukanisa lezo inkulumo lezo. But if ungeke uyithathe iyalo, yabo, and uzophika nabantu engikhombisa isithabathaba somuzi asiluke nesithabathaba-ke somuzi but izinto ade zivezwa lapho kulowo muzi loyo ngathi mina yabo la akho dlozi but you know what's gonna happen abantu bathini, hayi unedlozi, if kunje enalokho. People look at the glamorous side of things instead of looking at things for what they are. Mengifunda ama-comments kuleyo video, ngahle ngathi shaba wafundile kodwa lama-comments kunabantu odethi umuntu nje angazi noma yimina yini kodwa uyabanda lowo muzi like akukhombisa ukuthi kunama-sign ukuthi kunedlozi laphaya. Enye i-comment yathi ngathi imochori, ngathi laphayana nje kungena abantu abafile yabo, ngathi amakhaza. Omunye washo wathi ayi lana kukhombisa ukuthi ngathi kuney'lwane. Kunabanye abantu ukuthi umuntu akazazi izinto but mokuthi uzongaxhophi ilaba lapha abathanda ukuveza ukukhazimula kwezinto nokukhazimula kwempilo. Yes, impilo ingakubusisa. Mina I know umuntu othwasile onabantu abadala akathwaselanga ukulapha but wayithwasele-ke iy'nkinga zasekhaya-ke wathwasa-ke yababa wathwasa-ke urich lento xa kusathi but wayenamabhizinisi u-businessman vele ube u-businessman before any of this ube umuntu onamankampani ahlukene so yena mezophosta kukukhazimula kwakhe uyazi ukuthi hayi mos lokhu into ehlangane namabhizinisi hayi nento ehlangane nedlozi ngoba le into ehlangane nedlozi akazivezi and futhi even ukukhazimula akakuvezi. Abantu abanamadlozi ngempela and abanabantu abadala ngempela and abaney'thunywa ngempela, there are many of them that are very wealthy out here kodwa abakuphosti leyo nto leyo, abakuvezi, not because they don't have but because bayazi ukuthi abantu abafika kubona basuke bangazele leyo nto and abantu abeze kubona basuke bedinga usizo, not ukuthi hayi lo unokuthi hayi lo unokuthi so ngizobona lo. Umuntu ofika kumina, mina kufika abantu abahamba imoto, kufika abantu abagibela ama-taxi. It doesn't matter, kuhlangene nami. Uthi wena ufike ngeteksi la ekhaya noma usuke kunabantu othola ukuthi umuntu usuke eCape Town ngebhasi, ngivele isikhali noshaya ukuthi yabo lama-award wahlele ebhasini nomuntu. Kunabantu abasuka koGoli ngamabhasi yabo, kunabanye abasuka ngamabhanoyi bafike bese behayirisha iy'moto-ke bese bedriver la. Kunabantu abasuka ngamabhasi, umuntu akusuke ngebhasi-ke abantu abasuka ngamabhasi sibacabangele sithi hayi no, faka upetroli sizokulala yabo because sicabanga ukuthi ikude kunokuthi umuntu agibele ama-taxi ngoba phela sibuye sibe nomoya wamase sicabangelayo yabo le nto le. And we do that, simlande kumuntu-ke e-bus station simlethe la siphinde simphindisele khona agibele ibhasi ehamba. Uthi ufike ngebhasi, ufike ngebhanoyi, ufike ngemoto, ufike ngeteksi, akusondaba yami leyo. Wena uzolashwa, awuzile ukuzobheka nami ukuthi umuzi wami unganani, awuzile ukuzobheka ukuthi kuplastiliwe, awuzile ukuzobheka ukuthi kupendiwe. Nami angizile ukubheka ukuthi ufike nge-Mercedes noma ufike nge-Tez noma ufike nge-Ranger noma ufike nge-Golf, akusondaba yami leyo, noma ufike ngelo. Because at the end of the day mina ngizolungisa lento ekulethe la ekhaya. So those people that are very rich nabo besuke bazi ukuthi umuntu umelethiwe la ekhaya usuke letha ukuthi izolungiswa, not ukuthi azobheka isithabathaba sami. Uyayizwa le nto le? If you can look past that, you can see who are the real healers and who are not. Because mind you, la bantu abahlezi bephosta iy'thabathaba banihalisela khona bezonithwalisa ngo-70,000 no-100,000 no-30,000 banithwalise-ke amagundane-ke namakokoroshe-ke nokopakopa kule video yini umkopristo ukopakopa ehlanyayo bese beyonithwalisa ngazo zonke ney'gubhu-ke hayi iy'gubhu-ke hawu zona hawu ntararanta beyonikhohlisa ngazo zonke lezo zinto lezo. Mind you, iy'gubhu ziyavuselelwa whether it's 2 years or 1 year or 5 years. Fanele uhlale uyivuselele lento, uyikhulumise lento ngathi usukhulumisa inje egcekeni. Abo wena usukhulumisa usport noma uma-7 uthi hey ma-7 waze sihambe manje, osigibele emotweni manje, waze siyongena kule nkampani manje, siyaphuma-ke manje. Lokhu ukuhamba ukhulumisa iy'lwane njengohlanya lapho bazalwane, and zonke lezi zinto lezi zifika nama-terms and conditions. Mina ukulapha ufiki nama-terms and conditions kuphela-ke, kufika nama-terms and conditions ukuthi wena uhlala uklini, ukuthi hayi musani ukulalana menilashwa, musani ukudla ingulube menilashwa, iy'nto ey'kanjalo. Ngingasho fish menilashwa what else musanuke ey'ndaweni zomgroove menilashwa yabo into kanjalo kodwa ukuthi endlini wenza sure ukuthi ufike ngo-7 yabo ekuseni wenza sure ukuthi uphuma ngo-8 ekuseni wenza sure ukuthi ekamereni lakho 3 days a week awulali khona yabo ngithethe snacks angiyazi phela ngoba angihlangene ney'thwala angazi ukuthi kuthwaliswana kanjani so angazi but yonke leyo nto ihamba ifuna umphefumulo wena suyokhiqiza-ke ginqwa iy'ngane endlini iy'ngane zakho zilalwa iy'lwane nje these always issues umfazi wakhe ecabanga nje uyishabalala nkosi yami ulanda ikopakopa ulanda ikopakopa lento imlali ikopakopa masisikhathele kuleyo shabalala besifuna mina masiqeda ukufuna mina isiyofuna iy'ngane zami mayiqeda ukufuna iy'ngane zami isifuna ushabalala ehlezi efika namadoda la endlini esephenduka umuntu osengathi uthandana namadoda kanti ngoba ikopakopa ifuna umuntu yo bazalwane yo there's so many women umuntu uqhuma isibeletho ngoba balandwa iy'nyoka emzini yabantu abanemali hayi bazalwane mina nje ayi ngiyanizwela kulo mhlaba engikhula kuyo engididwa abantu bemkhuba bempilo abathi babalaphi and then mase sesikhuluma thina bese kube ngathi siyasuza uyabo ngoba singanazo iy'moto eziwu-10 egcekeni kube ngathi sinomona kanti asinandaba ukuthi kuphela nje asifuni izwe lilahleke and another thing I think mhlawumbe into engifake ngikhulume next time I think in my next video I need to speak about this but imfundo like I feel like education is such a disease to ulwazi le-culture because lezi zinto esiy'funda emabhukwini like I feel like you cannot learn your culture from a book lezi zinto ey'bhaliwe zaprintwa abantu ongazi ukuthi ekuprintweni kwazo yini ekwavuma ukuthi bangayifaka ebhukwini yini eyakhishwa we don't know because njengebhayibheli kunama-version amaningi ebhayibheli asazi ukuthi ilona liphi ekuyilona but yeah
so mama next time
yeah ngibongeke bazalwane ukuhlala nani kulesihlanu nabadelile okungayi emgruveni bazolalela mina. But you guys can send me messages about things you want to ask and at least now I know how to do a live. So I'll actually try and do this every Friday and go live with you guys. Get live sikhulume sidikide. Sihloniphane ekukhulumeni kwethu. Ngoba mina ngibuye ngivuka umoya and mangivuka umoya angifuni umuntu ozongikhulumela into ezi-snacks fanele sihlezi sihloniphana ngisho singaboni ngasolinye if we don't agree but at least let's always have respect for one another inhlonipho ibalulekile asiwona amaphara amadlozi njengamaphara amadlozi akhona out there umuntu vele kudilikwane nje no sihlezi sikhuluma with respect sikhulisane kwazi ukuthi leli khaya ehlezi lifudumele njengomzali kamoya nje ohlezi efuna ukuthi abantwana bakhule when they go out there and conquer bazi ukuthi kodwa hayi sakuthola ulwazi laphana sakwazi ukuthi si-understand so manje mase silashwa abantu abasilaphayo sekukhona ulwazi oluncane elwaqoqeka ukuze kwazi ukuthi sikhule so emakhosini ngibonge kunina nonke that commented nangibingelela I appreciate you all ongibingelela nje kube kuhle kube mhlophe kunina yeah Makhosi sivale